Hey C students, this is Dennis. Just wanted to talk to you about Exam 2. It's coming up on June 14th. You still have time, but you need to get started now. So let's see where that's at in our modules. Uh, if we look in our modules, it appears to be right here. So here's Exam 2. Let's take a look at Exam 2. Exam 2 is a team project where you're creating a piece of paper for a user to play a word-search game on. I'll let you read this, and the words will go in any of these 8 directions. And again, this is a team project. So how do you find out your team? Go into People, go into EX2 Groups, and there's my groups, and these were all randomly generated. And inside of these groups are the members of the group. I believe I have only one group with 3 students. Everybody else has 4. So there you go. So you need to start reaching out to each other, and you need to start getting busy. Every group has a group homepage. And in that homepage, if you click it to the right, it'll say homepage. All of this is just for you and your group here. No one else can see anything you do. Any discussions you have, any files you share, this is for you and your group only. So let's take a look at what this program is going to look like. So here's the program I wrote. So once the program runs, this is what you're going to see as far as the output. Let me run this one more time. So there's the program, and I'll run it. So when the program runs, what you're going to see is it's going to ask you for a title. I type that, and again, this is completely optional. So once I'm done typing the 16 names, I press enter, and here's the words. These words will be sorted in alphabetic order. I run them across, and these words are in this puzzle hidden somewhere. So my job would be to print this out, take a look at it, start circling words. Notice what I did up here. Here's the words without the letters filled in, and you can see they go in this direction, that direction, this direction, this direction, and so on. So they're all over the place. They can actually crisscross if you get lucky. You won't know where they are unless you see this. But there's the solution. There's the game. Let's go out. Okay, it's done running. So let's go out and take a look on my hard drive. And on my hard drive, here's the text document. By the way, these are left over. Let me delete these two. So here's the text document that the program created. Let's take a look at it. So here's the solution. And you don't really want to print this if this was for real. But it's not for real, so it's good to see it that way. And here it is. I need to put a new line right before that. So I can fix that easily in the code. But for now, here everything is all lined up. And notice what I can do is I can print it. So I can take this document and have it actually as a piece of paper. Okay, so let's go back into the code and take a look at some things that I can talk about since I'm only in this a couple minutes. So one of the things I did in my code is I used constants wherever possible, but tried to make my function names meaningful. Here's a trick of what I did here is when I created my word list, I defaulted the names of my family so I don't have to type this every time. So I made up 16 words. Now when the puzzle really runs, I'll uncomment this, and this will ask the user to type the words. But for testing and debugging, once I know this works, this saves me a lot of time. Another trick I did was this generates one of those 8 directions, and here's my switch that fires, is after I left that there, but if I wanted to test one of the directions, I just overrode the random number, and I said, I want to test what this does, or I want to test just 2. And watch when I run it. Everything's going to go whatever 2 is, forward down. So watch. When I run it, everything is forward down, so I can verify that that works. I can do 6. Let's see what 6 is. When I run it, everything is in this direction down. So once I test everything, I uncomment this, and this asks the user for those 16 words. Here's my sort. I do this little trick. I put dots in the puzzle, the grid, the 20 by 20 grid, and I do that so that as I place words, I can test to see if there's a dot there, which will represent a space. My hint for you would be start with this direction only. This is the 0th direction. Let me show you that run. And that would be forward across. That's the most logical. That's the one that's going to make the most sense for you. And I need to comment this out because I don't want to type words. So let me run this one more time. And as you can see here, all the words are going nice and across. I would get this direction to work and then work on the next direction and the next. So notice they come in pairs. Forward across, forward down, backward down, and so on. Here's my display of the puzzle, and you might want to just play with some, I just created some space. Maybe I wanted to call a function that created space or so on. Again, I don't want to show you my code, so I'm going to stop and tell you, you need to get started. Good luck. Good luck. Go to it. And this program, I did it all in functions, so there's a lot of functions, one for each of the 8 ways. So also, let's just go to the end here. I did it in 539 lines, including all the white space. Could have shortened it up, but I wanted it to be easier to follow and read. So let's run it and see what it looks like. So when I run it, it comes to this screen. Now this is not in your specs, so I just went above and beyond, and I wanted a title for the puzzle. So I'm going to type this will be the title for my puzzle of colors. And there's the title. This will be the title for my puzzle of colors. So I make up 16 words, all 10 letters or less, and I try to stay with my theme that I picked, colors, red, white, blue, I'll let you read it, line, and so on. So once I enter the last word, I press enter, and this is what happens. Here's the puzzle. So here's the title. This will be the title for my puzzle of colors. Don't need to have it, but I put it there. And these are the 16 words that I just typed